back to the Dave Nemo Show.
Well, I'm going to say we saved the best for last. Debi Boffa, of course, is joining us. You guys know her. She's the CEO of TA Petro, has been a part of the Dave Nemo Show for quite some time, as has TA Petro. We are here at the ACT Expo. We're closing it out here, guys, by the way. This is Freaky, Feisty, Flinty Friday, just to keep Debi up with the way this whole works. Everywhere, everything, all at the same time. This will be broadcasted on Friday, which is when you're listening to it. Hey, Debi, how you doing?
I'm really good. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well, too. Let's talk a little bit about why, and we'll talk about the charging network rollout and all that kind of stuff, but let's kind of focus on being here. Why is being here so important for TA to have a presence here?
Yeah, so we've been going for a couple of years now, and the reason we come is to have a look, chat to people in the industry and understand what technologies are out there. What are the OEMs, the people who make the trucks thinking? What are some of our customers thinking? What are the new fuels and technologies that people are working on? Because we see our role as providing solutions to our fleet customers and the professional drivers that are doing the over-the-road tracking. It's not a one-size-fits-all. We want to provide many different options because we believe that for people to decarbonise over the long term, many options will be required. So that's why we're here, to check out what's going on and catch up with old friends.
Well, and that kind of goes to, and we'll talk about the charging network here, the idea of it's not a matter of when you ask the question, what do you need? It isn't the royal you. It's a very specific you to each and every individual partner, each and every individual customer. You've really got to kind of figure out who the big players are, but also the smaller players are, and figure out how do we address each one of these particular customers' needs. And in doing so, is there a way to give it kind of a unity while at the same time understanding it can't always be that way, and one size doesn't fit all, does it?
No, you're exactly right. In fact, that's the headline on my piece of paper. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. For a fleet to abate their carbon emissions, they're all going to adopt very different and varied strategies. Some examples would be the battery electric vehicles today, the heavier vehicles. They're great for short distances, for day-age, for small return-to-base operations. The newer batteries that are coming, those will probably work better in the longer regional routes that people need to do. Then you've got renewable natural gas for the fleets that want to explore the technologies and the abilities that natural gas will provide. And then you've got renewable diesel and biodiesel, which is a fantastic drop-in solution to somebody with a diesel engine. So for us, it's about, I shared all that to say it's learning what's going on with everybody, and then how can we play a role in all of those energy vectors to help people figure out how we're going to do this longer term.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the biodiesel is a great example, too, because if people say, look, I really want to help. If I make the kind of capital outlays and investments at this moment in time, it's going to incinerate me. It's going to vaporize my bottom line. But I want to be part of the solution, not just part of the problem, even if it's incremental. And so what you're saying, look, we have options available to you. But what's interesting, because of all the locations you guys have, is that people often forget, I call it the landscape of the reality, in the sense that it's a lot easier to have an electrically charged fleet that's running from Arizona to Texas than it is to have one that's running from Wyoming to Kansas City. And so you're not just working with partners, you're working with geographical realities. Your footprint allows you to use each one of those places as potential laboratories for a potential model that may help a lot of people who have a lot of different choices that they can make, right?
Absolutely, and that's why we're really focused on our network. So right now we've got over 300 locations in 44 states here in the US. We know where we've got some gaps, and so we're working with our own property team, but also with our franchise partners to fill those gaps, because we recognise it's about corridors, that each of our fleet customers, their retailers, their shippers, they operate in different routes and in different ways. So it's about finding the best location, and then to your point, making sure we have the right fuels and the right technologies available at those locations that people can take advantage of. Different places need different things.
It's interesting, too, because we have our friend Lindsay Lawler and Dave Nemo, who often help out with the Citizen Driver program. Citizen Driver, because at the center of all of this, you can have all the best corporate relations you want to have, and you can have the best partners in regards to the folks you deal with. If the human beings that drive these trucks, that drive these vehicles, don't feel like they can go to your places and get the service they directly need and get it in a friendly, efficient manner, none of it matters. At the end of the day, and you'll talk to these folks, they'll tell you if our drivers aren't happy, then nobody's happy, right? And you guys ultimately keep thinking about that too, about ways of making sure this technology that you're offering in regards to repair and service and powering up and energy and sustainability, all is done in a way that appeals to the drivers and their ability to get it done and get going, right?
Absolutely. I mean, TA's mission is to return every traveller to the road better than they came. Mm-hmm. And that's not just talking about the fuel or the energy that they're putting in their truck. It's that whole piece. It's maybe they need to clean their clothes and use the laundry. Maybe they need to grab a bite to eat. Or maybe the truck needs some repairs. Or they've got a dog in the cab with them and they want to use the rest area for the dogs. So we provide what you need when you need it when you're on the road. That's really important. And just, I think, one of the other things that's hugely important to us at TA is that we know that professional drivers are way more than the miles they cover. They are the eyes and ears of the road, the safety advocates, they're leaders in their communities, they are good citizens. There's so much more, and that's why we're so proud of the Citizen Driver nominees and award winners this year. And thank you to you and Dave and Lindsay for all your help in choosing those folks.
Well, I'll tell you this right now about Dave and Lindsay, and I have an involvement with another program too, and I turned to Dave and Lindsay. I saw, because Dave comes to me and he said, look, I'm really torn between. I said, I'm not helping you on that one, man. That's the hard. It is awful. I mean, Dave and Lindsay had this call where she's like, well, who are you voting for? He's like, God almighty. Now this year, the three winners they both voted for. The three winners were both their picks as well too. But I'll tell you, it is an agonizing choice. Yeah. I mean, the thought of making those choices is painful, isn't it? There's some extraordinary men and women out there.
And it's so humbling reading those applications and the nominations, and you're like, wow, these people, what they've done for the profession and their communities, it just blows my mind.
Eight adopted children, 40 plus foster children. I mean, and then our friend Craig Daniels, who many people know in the air as Ten Ring. I mean, the community service these people they're citizens. That's the big thing too.
These are the citizen drivers on the road. They're fantastic.
What are you most excited? I always ask this question at conferences to get people stoked. And what are you most excited about in regards to both this conference, but also in regards to what you guys are planning? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you've unpacked here, and you're excited about all of it. I know that, but what's got you excited?
So one of the things I'm excited about, one, because I'll be talking about it tomorrow in one of the panels, but also I'll get to go visit the site, is when would it have been? It was September last year. We broke ground on a project that we're doing with the California Energy Commission here in California at our TA Ontario site. We are currently under construction on one of the first publicly available heavy-duty EV truck charging facilities. So it's due to go live in September, and we're super excited about this demonstration project, which takes me back to what I started with. It's one of these examples where we can learn, we can bring our fleets in, we can see how this new energy form, these new types of trucks are going to operate over the road. So very excited about that, and we're going to do a site visit out there on Thursday and keep an ear out for the grand opening, which will be in September.
And I'll tell you this too, the exciting thing about that too is that you think about it's like being in a conference, you look around and you realize that all of the work one of the things about the jobs that we do, Debbie, is that we don't just see the thing. We see the human beings, the drivers, the mechanics, the engineers, the beta testers, all of that. It's impossible in your role in particular because you actually, in many ways, speak for so many people who have so many different walks of life. You can see all of their work inside of that when you go to an event like that, right?
Absolutely, and we pick up on little things. I mean, it was at an event, not this one, but one very similar to this, where I was talking with a professional driver who was driving one of the new Fleetliner electric vehicles, and he made a comment about, so he's got to return to base operation when he charges, but that occasionally, given traffic, he can get stuck and needs an emergency charge just to get back to the base. And so he'd been using a local shopping mall because there was a charger on the app and he could drop his trailer. I mean, imagine how painful this must be for the poor man. He's having to drop the trailer, then line up behind Teslas and other vehicles to get this quick charge so he could get back to base. And he said, they're all designed to be pull-in, not pull through. And we went, oh my gosh, that's so obvious. So as we're building our passenger charging network, so we've got a couple of sites in Ohio now, one in Florida. We'll have 15 by the end of the year across our TA network, and 40 by the end of next year, which will have passenger EV charging. We're going and making sure that at least one or two of those stalls are pull-through, because we know there's larger vehicles out there that sometimes will need that emergency charge, and we pick that up just from talking to a driver at an event like this. And that's the value and why I love coming to these events. You talk to somebody and you just catch up, and all of a sudden you get a gold nugget and you're like, wow, that's something we really needed to do, and quickly let's implement it.
I've been making a joke all week about this. It's the 50th anniversary of Jaws this year, and I keep thinking about Quint, the old fisherman, getting that little tug on his rope and then slowly turning his head and realizing, wait a minute, something's going on before anybody else does. Debi Boffa, of course, has joined us this morning. She is the head honcho over at TA Petrol. She's the CEO over there. It's great to have you, by the way. It's good to see you as always. Thank you so much for your continued support. And and by the way, I haven't heard that kind of passion from a CEO in a long time. So thanks for being a part of the show, Debi.
Oh, thank you for having me. I look forward to catching up again soon.
Alrighty, and guys, that's going to be it. You guys, I mean, go to our website. If you go to our sponsors, you'll see TA over there. Hey guys, this has been the Dave Nemo Show live from the ACT Expo here in Anaheim, California. It's Tara the Turtle's first time in California. Guys, just wanted to say thank you. Oh, wait a second. We'll be right back after these messages.